It's a great feeling. Super excited. We was waiting to see which region we're gonna end up, where we're gonna play. Uh, it's great for us to play in California, San Jose, pretty close. So yeah, we're excited.
We do have microphones too. Sorry, I should have said that. Please raise your hand. Yeah, we'll bring those to you.
Staying close to home, Payton. Let's see. First off, getting Friday. Does that help you guys after the run of 440 get extra day, and then you guys may have obviously a bigger crowd down there, and kind of seems like a good draw.
Yeah, playing in Cali, hopefully all our fans will be down there. Should be a great atmosphere. Playing on Friday does give us an extra day of rest and another day to prepare for Wisconsin. But we just looking forward to going down there and competing and getting the W.
Yeah, Paul. Saw you on TV cutting down the net. I don't think I've ever seen you so happy.
Right.
How would you rate that in your life experiences?
It's definitely top three. Usually, that side of Paul doesn't come out too frequent. Sometimes, you might just kind of, catch a glimpse of him sometimes here and there. But I think last night I was just all over the place. It was a huge moment for me, especially since I kind of thought about my freshman year when my best friend. I mean, I know this isn't on the same level, but when Jaleel Okafor won the national chip, and I saw how happy he was, and I was just thinking to myself, like, man, like, I would love to have that moment to cut down the net someday. So, yesterday was big for me personally, and you saw it all over my face. Wait, what'd you say? Oh, okay.
Guys, as you prepare for them, I'm sure Coach will go through tape and et cetera, but you do have a couple of common opponents. There is Iowa and there is Stanford. For your own personal preparation, each of you, just how much will you look at common opponents as opposed to maybe the past couple for them where they played Michigan State or something, just because you do have that common game plan, that common opponent there?
I mean, I think, well, really, I haven't seen too much of Wisconsin, so I'm not sure exactly how they do play. I'm sure the coaches will draw up a pretty good game plan, probably put together a very good scouting video, just so we can get a nice feel for them and who they are and what their strong suits are. But I think as long as we stay true to what we've been doing over these last couple of games, I think we should be fine.
Yeah, how do you guys feel? You guys are playing so hard, and it's impressing everybody with how you guys are playing. But physiologically, is it taking that much more out of the tank, or when you're having success, do you feel that much more tired or not?
No, actually not. We feel pretty good. When you win, just everything feels better. And especially, I think, how deep we are. We're not as in trouble as other teams that have like a 6-7 man rotation, So I think we're feeling pretty good. We don't play the Friday, so as Payton said, that's an extra day to get ready and have another extra day of rest as well, and to prepare for Wisconsin. So.
Paul, I watched the Washington State game, a tape of the Washington State game from last year, and in defense of 6-foot point guards, young and old, it was a dunk.
Oh.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Wow.
My question is just the change that you've seen in Payton the last few games. If you could speak to that, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, I mean, I feel as if there hasn't been much of a change in terms of mentality-wise. I think Payton has always been that kind of caliber point guard. Sometimes you just have off nights, and one thing that I'll give Payton is that he really stuck with it this year. He probably doesn't have, the same averages that he may have had last year in terms of also percentage-wise. But one thing he has done is he's been a great leader for this team. He's persevered through, a lot of, kind of self-doubting moments. And I think last night was a very triumphant moment for him in his career. So, you know, I'm proud of my son.
Thanks, P.
Following up on that, Payton, are you aware of what Bill Walton, how he describes you? And do you need to remind him that you're 6'2"?
I'm not.
What he says, what his nickname for you is?
Is it a little guy or something like that?
Little Payton.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I mean, I am one of the smallest on the court, so I mean, I guess he can call me little guy on the court, but hey, it's just, I'm fine with it. I mean, just play with a chip on my shoulder, and it's okay to be the smallest.
Wait, what do they call me? Wow. These glasses don't make it any better.
Paul, when it gets through, you guys get through the regular season with those 4 games. It was like you guys were hot. Now that there's been 4 more, do you feel like these last 8 games are kind of who you guys are now?
Yeah. You know, it's kind of funny because I was thinking about it while Coach was talking to us just now. I was just kind of drifting off a little bit, and I was thinking about the games, I guess, before the Arizona schools when we played them here. And I was just thinking about how this team is just completely different. And also, I kind of can't remember what that mentality was back then. And I think that's a good sign that I've left it in the past. And now I feel like that we've kind of shed that kind of, skin off of us. And now we're a new kind of team. And I think that's something that will carry on to San Jose. And, I think, we enjoy playing tough and playing defense and rebounding now. And, that's big for us.
Your rebounding, your defense different now, Payton? It seems like you're out there further out, more aggressive. I mean, have you changed kind of your tactics on defense in the last day?
I think the whole team has, but I think us guards have we've taken on the approach to really be about ball pressure and picking up and making things tough. So, just like Ehab, we're just trying to put a lot of pressure and make things tough. And, we've caused problems these last 8 games, which allows for our bigs when they finally do get by us to clean up. So, that's what took our defense to another level, I think.
Payton, are you guys superstitious at all? Or are you trying to do things just exactly the same way you've been doing it during this streak? And can you do that because NCAA is kind of a different animal?
I mean, I guess, we try to keep with the same routines. At least I know I do with warm-ups and all that. But, we'll prepare the same. We'll do the same things to get ready, I guess. So,
Yeah, we probably won't change anything that got us here, so we'll stick with what we got us here.
People are saying they like your draw and your chance to win some games. You're kind of uniquely aware, Payton, of what kind of a grind that would turn into mentally, physically. How do guys need to approach the coming days and hopefully weeks?
They just got to take it one game at a time. We're not looking ahead. We just worried about Wisconsin. And then, after Wisconsin, we'll worry about whoever's next. But we just worried about Wisconsin right now. That's all that matters.
Fair to say that's been kind of the mentality.
Yeah,
Maybe
definitely.
Tournament mentality for a couple weeks.
Yeah, definitely. We've been playing win or go home now we already played 4 games of it, so we're used to it.
A lot of people said Washington's zone is unique and causes a lot of trouble. Do you feel like your press is kind of a similar way of it's unique and people don't really know how to break it because it's so different?
Yeah, definitely. I think our press has gotten a lot better. Again, to the ball pressure, but our bigs are stepping up in the back lines, and then we just causing a lot of havoc. And I guess you could say it's like Washington's defense, and but that's our main goal is just to cause havoc and make plays.
For Peyton and for Paul, since you've both been there before, but we're on teams that you kind of put yourselves in position to reach this point on past teams. This was different. This kind of shows the power of March, that a week can really change the narrative about the team and how you guys were, that it's not about late game situations or road situations. This whole week just basically erased everything in the past. Can you each compare just the feeling of this past week compared to past seasons where you were there but you knew you were going to be in the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, I think I'll go first. I think kind of for me, it hasn't truly hit yet. It has in a way, but I remember my freshman year. I mean, I was just feeling almost I was kind of like a fly on the wall. I mean, I did contribute to that team, but we were second in the Big East, and we ended up being the 4th seed, I believe, that year. And like you said, I mean, that this entire week, this entire week and even the weeks leading up to this, like really just changed this whole narrative of this team, of how people have embraced us. People were counting us out 3-4 weeks ago. People weren't even really worried about us. We were 6-8. People thought, we were just another team that was just going to just be flapping in the breeze. But compared to that Georgetown team, I think, Georgetown, we were just very, just determined. It was an older team, a much older team. This team, we have a lot of young guys. So, I mean, it's just a complete 180 if you ask me from my experience. Peyton's might be a little different.
I mean, from the Final Four year to this year, I mean, it is 2 different teams. I mean, that year, obviously, we knew we were going to be a top seed. This year, we had to win to make the tournament. But for me personally, I think this year has been it's definitely one remember, but it's been very special to win 4 straight like that and make the tournament. And then the way this team is just came together and just fought. I mean, it's just special. So, I mean, we're just ready to make something happen.
Paul, just obviously reflecting on this entire full season and obviously, being in those fights, some of the games that you guys lost late. When did it, and you even said that, it doesn't feel surreal just yet. When did it start to hit you guys that it was an actual opportunity to still make that run?
I think I really started to sense that kind of energy, I think, going into halftime of the championship game. We were up 2, and I could kind of sense, the locker room kind of really, like, understanding that we're 20 minutes away from potentially being Pac-12 champions. And, with that kind of setup that we had, how we were taking it one game at a time, I believe, well, at least my approach was, I was going into it as if it was just a regular game. And I feel like that's the best way I can approach games. But I really started to feel it, even myself, that halftime. And I think that was kind of what drove us to come out with such of a bang that second half against Washington. And, it's a wonderful feeling, like I said. I mean, I've dreamed about cutting down nets before, and really just pointing at the camera and, just going crazy. And it happened. So I just want to thank everybody that has a part in making that happen for all of us.
Ehab, you came here with a reputation for defense. What have you seen these last 8 games defensively from Payton was talking about, the guards getting out a little bit more, but just team-wise, it's been such a change defensively. For a guy who's been a defensive specialist, what are you seeing to the guys around you?
I think mentality definitely changed. It started with the Arizona weekend, Arizona State weekend. I think our guards just started to take pride of keeping the ball in front of them and being more active with their hands. And then that's the first line of defense, and then we had our second line of defense step up big time, starting with Kenny, Francis, even Miles, Lou, Paul, getting down there. Our rotations are way more crisp now. Even when somebody get beat, somebody's right there to take a charge or take his man. And our communication is definitely way better. Not just one or two guys. We have like usually now 4 or 5 guys on the floor at the same time, talking, communicating, pointing. So I think our defense on another level now, and it shows on all the numbers and categories, and definitely on the winning column as well.